Hey everyone, this is the Josh and Dewey podcast, and guess who decided to show up again? You want to introduce yourself? Because I think people forgot who you are.
My name is Josh, and I'm back. Sorry I was gone for the past 4 weeks. I had to attend to some personal matters.
Did you really?
But not really. I just couldn't make it during the recordings. But I am back, and I'm here to stay for good.
Thank you, finally. I mean, we'd like to just give a shout out to John, our sound technician. Thank you for
filling in.
Yes, exactly. I think you did a better job than Josh, honestly.
Yes, but it's okay, because my name is on the title, and you can't leave that now.
Well, this is the Sunday after, and we are going to continue our Dating's Perspective series, and today's topic is third wheeling. We have 3 beautiful guests with us. We have Alice, Angie, and Lydia. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Alice.
Hello, it's Angie.
Hi, I'm Lydia.
Also, yeah, thanks for coming on to the pod. And so today's topic will be about third wheeling.
Yay!
Okay, I guess no one else is excited for it. All right, so yeah, before we begin the topic of third wheeling, let's see what the exact definition is exactly, even though we all kind of have an idea what third wheeling is. So according to wikipedia.org, the term third wheel is a corruption of fifth wheel, which refers to someone who deters the socialization of a couple, perhaps when being invited out of pity or through a feeling of duty. Did y'all get that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's everyone's thoughts about third wheeling? Do you mind it in terms of, do you mind being the third wheel or third wheeling someone else? Josh, do you have any?
I think for me, I think there's nothing wrong with third wheeling, but there's like that negative connotation that, as the definition said, it's out of pity. But I don't think it's out of pity every time, but that the couple actually wants like a third person to have fun with them. So I think it depends if I feel like they're asking me out of pity, then it's like, oh, do you think I need your presence, or do you think I need your invite for me to feel wanted? But if it's actually genuinely out of like, oh, we want you to join with us as we're going on like a nice date or something, and they want someone to share in that experience, then I think
Wait, so you're saying you want to share in that experience on a date?
if they want me to, and I go there, and I'm like, you know what? You guys are like, if it was you and your hypothetical girlfriend, if you had one, like, I would love to hang out with you guys.
Like, if we went out to dinner, you would want to be that third person right across from us,
Heck yeah.
eating like filet mignon and
watch y'all interact. No, for real, but like, I think if it's like out of genuine intention, like, I think I would do it. But if it's out of like pity and I don't want to go.
So you're saying, so you say you think you would do it? You've never been third wheeled?
I can't remember the last time I third wheeled, but I haven't had like negative, bad experiences that I can think of.
Lydia, Angie, Alice, would y'all agree with what Josh said? Would you want to go on a hypothetical date with one of your friends as the third
if the
party?
Intention was that they actually want you to be there instead of a pity.
But I mean, what's the intentions behind going on a date and then bringing a third person?
I don't think it stays a date at that point. I think it's just
It's like hangout, yeah.
Yeah, because if you're hanging out like as a group, that's okay. But if it's like an actual date between a couple and then you're the third person, it's like, why am I invited? It's
That's
kind
so
of weird.
awkward.
So if it was a hangout, y'all wouldn't mind going?
Depending on the couple.
Yeah.
If you're friends with both of them.
And depending where they're having their date or hangout.
Oh, I guess,
on
yeah,
what
the
kind of
social
couple
context
they
would be actually, if it's like a
If
nice
it's-
high-end,
Yeah.
like I should say, like
That's what he
described.
I literally described a steak dinner, and then you said you wouldn't mind going on it.
Actually, now I think about it, I want to take back my answer, Alex, and change it to what is not as casual restaurant. I think I would go if it was not as casual.
So if it was
I
like,
guess if it was like a nice dinner date at like the hottest place in town, you have to get reservations, and obviously I don't want to go.
okay.
Never mind. Yeah,
So
that
basically,
makes
if it's
sense.
above casual attire,
yeah,
you wouldn't want to
like
join
if
that.
if I have to wear a button down, then I'm not gonna go.
That makes sense.
But why would you be invited in the first place?
Because it's out of pity, and they feel, I guess.
But you said out of great intentions.
Well,
you would
honestly,
go.
so like actually, that's so funny that we're talking about this today because I read on the Porch website that JP was talking about how to have like godly relationships, and like he really emphasized community and how to use it well. And I think like in that context, third wheeling maybe can be good because maybe that person is there to like
Keep them accountable.
Keep them accountable, because for me, like, I don't trust myself. I don't think I should ever be one-on-one with a girl. For the future ladies out there, like, I don't think I should ever seriously be like one-on-one, because I think I can't trust myself and I know my heart. So maybe then I'll need a third
And as
wheel.
Josh Lee's past third wheel, I've done that many times, kept you accountable. Actually, I don't really know if kept accountable is the right word. Maybe more like got your back when you did something stupid.
Yeah.
We won't mention any specific examples.
Yeah. Let's keep it vague.
But you know who you are. You're probably listening to this right now. What? I didn't say any names. But yeah, do y'all have any examples of like a good third wheel or being a bad third wheel experience?
It really depends on the couple.
So what do you mean by depends on the couple?
Because
Like, what's that variable with that couple?
It like if it's the three of you hanging out, they start being really exclusive, even as the three of you are together. Then that's definitely not a good third wheel experience. Like, why are you even there? Like, they turned it into a date while you're hanging out. That's definitely not a good experience. A good experience would be more like they try to include you in everything and try not to make the focus, oh, we're dating, but more like, hey, we're all just like friends hanging out, but we just happen to be dating.
What if that just happens not throughout the whole time y'all are hanging out, but just, you know, you can't help but be exclusive every now and then, no matter who you're with
Of course.
in a number of three.
I think if that happens though, at the same time, it also, like, I think third wheeling shows how healthy that couple's relationship is. In terms of if they, for that time there's a third person, be able to include that third person in their lives without being exclusive, I think they have a healthier relationship than someone who tends to be a little more exclusive, like only wants to spend time with their significant other even though they're in a group setting.
Yeah. That makes sense. Do y'all have any thoughts, Lydia, Alice? You want to expand on that? Or do you have an experience with being a third wheel, good or bad?
I think my experience so far has been pretty good. I haven't really had a bad third wheeling experience. Everyone's always been really inclusive to me, or somehow I've been able to squeeze in between.
Like physically squeeze in between?
Yeah.
What about you bringing that friend? Because I know Lydia has a boyfriend, just for those listeners that are listening to this. We've heard that you've occasionally bring your friends into third wheel. So do you think you do a good job as a friend? As a couple, I guess.
I could say we definitely improved.
How would you say it first started out? Because obviously it's like you're so new to being a couple, and it's like, how do I don't know, bring in a friend to like hang out with us? How did it first start? Was it with our sound technician, John? Everyone keeps looking at him. John, were you the first one to experience the third wheel?
I strongly think you need to relook at those experiences again.
Can you recall any, Lydia, any situations?
Any situations?
When you were like bad at it with John, I guess.
That's exactly the point. She can't remember it.
No, wait.
Oh, she can't remember because she didn't know you were there.
That's why it was bad.
No, wait, I totally remember it though. It's just, I guess like once you step into dating, like, I guess like especially in the first couple of months when you're still getting to know the person, I feel like there's like a lot more boundaries to be set, especially with me going to like art school and stuff. Like, I guess I was so used to just being around with girls, like even like the guys at art school, like I treated them like girls. But then I realized like coming here, there are like certain boundaries that need to be kept between like friendship and different genders in that sense. So I guess like that's kind of like why like kind of like stopped hanging out as much with John. So he like seemed very like sad.
But I guess when you did invite him to hang out, was it just like awkward because you didn't know what to do?
I
Because
think
you didn't
so.
have those boundaries set, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's I think so. It's because like I didn't really know exactly like what boundaries or how to set them exactly. So whenever like I never quite reached out to John again, and so end up it just kind of been kind of like oh yeah, we just kind of like trailed apart a little bit.
And then John and your boyfriend weren't like ever close, right? So that doesn't help at all the situation. Or were they close?
Are we not naming him?
I don't know. Should we?
I mean, it's not like
Hey
they're.
man, we're cool.
It's not like they're dating.
We're cool.
They're not dating in secret.
Well, assuming this is a broad public that's listening to us.
Let's just get in the context that dating one of our praise leaders. Who's dating? Lydia is dating one of our praise leaders named. That's why it's in the context for that. So you can just say, I guess, instead of like saying.
Well,
the
I'm just doing this as a listeners from like the public's point of view.
So we can just give in the context that she's dating a guy named.
Okay, we'll probably cut all this out anyways, or at least this whole explanation part at least.
You have to censor each time you've said that name. It'll be a chicken sound or something.
But yeah, I mean, like, going back to the question, yeah, he was okay. The boyfriend, was never really close with John, right? So I guess that didn't really help with the third wheeling experience.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I agree.
So how would you say it improved then?
John.
John and your boyfriend getting closer? No?
I mean, I think that could be true. I mean, I think I could see that happen.
Can I say something? Because you guys are talking about me.
Does the mic pick you up?
Yes. Well, we were at least close to the level before where we talked about praise band stuff. Like for a long, even when we went to Austin for the first time before you guys were dating. Yeah, and we got close then, and that's when we were talking, you know. But of course, I gave you guys space because you guys are a couple, and I don't like third wheeling. No matter the cost, I don't like that.
As Lydia's roommates, would you say Lydia has improved?
Yes, she has.
Hey, feel free to be real. You can tell her the truth right now. Let the truth be out.
She has improved, right, Angie?
Yeah, beginning was a little rough.
Do you have any funny stories that you would like to share?
Oh, I think Angie has one. I can't think of any.
Lydia, do we have your consent to share the story?
Can I share this? And if she doesn't consent, we edit it out.
Then we edit it out.
Okay.
Well, okay, so she can share.
This isn't really quite a third wheel experience, but I think it just says something about their relationship when they first started dating. Every time I hung out with Lydia, literally every time I hung out with Lydia, called.
Really?
Literally every time I hung out with Lydia, we were like eating lunch or something. Her phone goes off. I look over. It's.
Wait, like, why would he call?
He just loves to call her all the time.
Just when Angie's around.
Only when you're hanging out with Angie?
I think it's
That's
like
like
timed.
coincidence.
Like the timing was just so that I was always there. Literally every single time we hung out when Lydia was at our old apartment.
I think that's the funny thing though, because I don't think we've actually third wheeled with being there.
I have.
It's like
No, I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Well, because for me, it's like whenever I'm with Lydia, I'm talking to her, I like see her on the phone, I like see her doing something, I always look over, it's like...
That is true. Third wheeling.
So it's like third wheeling in that sense.
Third
like,
wheeling isn't
okay,
necessarily
like...
just like physical.
Virtual third wheeling.
Yeah.
21st century third wheel.
Yeah, almost.
Because usually when we see him, it's like...
Has she improved or is called less?
The latter. I think.
I think it goes both ways, though.
Yeah.
No, I feel like you and have gotten better because I see you inviting people to like Stars games and just being more inclusive with like community and stuff. I mean, just based off what I've seen.
Yeah.
But I could be completely wrong.
No, I think you're right.
No, yeah, they've improved.
Okay. Alice, do you have a good or bad third wheeling experience or fifth wheeling?
I think in college I third wheeled a lot, but it was always like because I'm always hanging out with my girlfriends and then their boyfriends just like end up showing up, and it's like, can you not follow us? Like I'm trying to have my girl time here, but then it's like, if I'm friends with the guy, it wasn't bad, like because we would all be friends, we would all be sharing, hanging out. But then if it's like someone I don't know, it's like I get awkward and I just like end up just leaving the crowd, I guess. But then there was one experience where I did fifth wheel. They're all my friends, so I was like, oh, it'll be okay. And then the back of my head, I was like, will it be okay? I was like, we'll see. But we went to like an aquarium.
Oh.
And it was just like not good. I was just looking at the fishes on my own. And
You know, fishes get people a little frisky, so.
like at the end of the day, I remember I text another friend like, hey, can you help me get out of this? But then that ended up being a third wheel as well.
Oh my.
She was with her
From one
boyfriend
third
too.
wheel to another.
But then it was a little better because I was friends with both of them. So it was just like from fifth wheeling to third wheeling. So it's like I'm always surrounded with couples. Like,
That's weird. You
always.
think fifth wheeling would be better than third wheeling because you have more options to perhaps like.
No, because you see the more, like you see two different couples like right up before you. You're like, what are you doing? Why are you with them right now? They obviously just want to have their own time. But yeah. But I mean, like, there are friends that I'm like, where I'm friends with both guy and the girl. I always kind of maybe bother them too much. I'm like, hey, can I come over? Like,
Oh,
do
so
you
you're
guys
inviting
mind?
yourself.
Well, now I do, because we've been friends for so long. It's like, I guess my girlfriend, she's like, yeah, it's like, he's like the third wheel more. It's like, we're the more main relationship, and then he's just there.
So I guess like in a dating perspective, do you feel like you doing that was making the relationship more healthy, or maybe I guess you were like that roadblock that's getting in the way?
No, I mean, I didn't do that like when they were first dating.
Yeah.
'Cause, I'm not like I'm not clueless. I can see when people want their own time. Like, so it's like when they are more, when they've spent enough time with each other, it's like, oh, like maybe we should all hang out and kind of thing. But I don't intentionally try to like get in other couples' way of like, oh, you need community now or later. It's like, but if I see someone being a little exclusive, it's just more like, hey, like maybe you should hang out with some groups, like not just like one-on-one all the time.
I'm kind of glad you said that because I remember me and Josh, we always complain about the Kiss Dating Goodbye book because they always talk about like how if you're courting, you have to always be in like group settings because if it's one-on-one, you know, you're just going to build that emotional attachment. Like that's not the way to do it. Me and Josh always complain like, you know, that's just like a skeleton like to use as like a I don't know, like as a dating tool, but don't actually like go by it. Like you have to only hang out in like group settings or I guess third wheel settings.
Yeah.
But
Because I guess the reason why third wheel would be bad for the party who's the person who's third wheeling would be that people are making the excuse to like, oh, we're including community in our dating, but technically they're just kind of using third wheels as an excuse to show that we're involved in our community when their intention isn't, and they're just kind of making excuses. So maybe then that would be bad.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel like third wheel is kind of useless then, I guess.
Well, I feel like for the most part, just based off the definition, I feel like most people use third wheeling because, you know, they want to spend time with their boyfriend or girlfriend, but, you know, they want to still keep that balance with their friend. And, you know, what's like the best way of doing it? Just hang out with them at the same time. And so I feel like it's almost like a work-life balance kind of.
I think there's also like the difference when, because I don't think anyone intentionally, hey, like 3 of us should hang out. It's always
think so?
like, yeah, because I feel like a couple usually hangs out and then the third person like happens to be free or around the area. Like, oh, like, let's meet up. It's always kind of like spontaneous. It's never like, I think planning a third wheel thing, like, I mean, I guess I went on a third plan.
Yeah, it's like yours is a planned fifth wheel.
No, it wasn't it was spontaneous actually, because the second couple's girlfriend just showed up at the end of it, so I didn't know that she was coming.
Oh.
So if I knew it was legit 2 couples and me, like I wouldn't have gone. But then there was no way because we're all on a trip together. So it's like, who else am I gonna hang out with? But yeah, I don't think people like intentionally plan it.
You don't think so?
I think the only time I would intentionally plan third would be when I'm first dating someone and I would want them to meet like you, like do my best friend, because that's what. When I made your third wheel.
Names will not be mentioned.
No. Cut that out. Anyway, no, the reason why I did it was because I wanted you to meet my then girlfriend, because I would want my girlfriend to have a good relationship with my close friends like you, Kevin, or Mac.
Yeah.
Or the chubby boys. So I think that's when third will be like a good thing. But honestly, I think if we're trying to say that we're trying to get in community involved, I wouldn't use third wheel. I would make it more like group hangout, like with like other couples or maybe like other people when we're hanging out. So yeah, I think that's when I would use third wheel.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense because I feel like that's really important to get your girlfriend and your your best friend or close friends to like be close with each other. That way you can, I don't know, you don't have to exclude them from each other and have like two different groups going on.
I think there's like also a fine balance between like how close I would want my best friend to my girlfriend, no matter like how comfortable they are. Like if they're like, oh, let's say like, oh, we're gonna go shopping together, or like you like and my girlfriend. And it's just like, but I'm not invited. Like, I think then it's like obviously like, oh, it's kind of weird. But, like, so I think there's like that fine balance too between like how close they are. Because that's still your girlfriend, your best friend, and it's the opposite sex, and there's always... You don't think you would trust your girlfriend or your friend with... No, I think I would, but if it's to a point where it's like a consistent thing, or like maybe it's like... Like maybe it's just once in a while, like... Because I think... Because for me, I've learned like in a relationship, I think there needs to be like clear trust between like the persons who are dating. But like if it's like a consistent thing where like you and like my girlfriend constantly hang out with me, like without me, it's like that's kind of weird. But what if that would never what if we throw in this factor? What if they were really good friends before you started going out with that girl? And I think then like I would trust that you and my girlfriend would have like the common sense and like the wisdom to exercise to kind of like, adjust. Yeah, and like obviously feel the other member feel comfortable and stuff. So, because if it's a point where you're thinking like this might make this person uncomfortable, like this might make Josh uncomfortable, then maybe it is an issue because you're thinking that. Do y'all agree with that?
I think I agree in terms of like they should have enough sense being your important people in your life. They should know enough, like, you know, they should have some kind of like awareness that us exclusively hanging out isn't edifying to anyone. Yeah. And there's a sense, I think there should be a sense of, okay, yeah, we're friends, but how is our friendship affecting other people too? And like, I mean, same with like the relationship between the couple and the third wheel too. Like, how is our relationship affecting the people around us? And I think there should be some kind of awareness, which is why I think the whole thing with third wheel even exists, because some people don't have that awareness. So yeah,
it's pretty shocking. I feel like most of the time girls are like, I don't want my friendship with this guy to change, and like, because I don't know, I guess some people in general don't really like change, but I feel like a lot of my like friend girls, they always like, things are gonna change now because you're dating someone, but it's like... But that's true though. When you're dating someone, your priority changes. Yeah. And I think a lot of times, like a lot of friends don't get that, and they feel threatened by this person getting close with my best friend. But it's like, for me, because like when I see my boys... like you and Kevin like split game or something, or like you start hanging out with girls a lot. Yeah. It's like I don't have a problem with it. Like some bros have like get like super defensive, like, bro, why you not spending time with me? Like, bros more hoes. Yeah, but it's like that shows like an insecurity on like the friend's part, not because it's like I want you to be happy, and I think a true friend would want their friend to be happy, and like obviously when you date, your priority changes, and I think it's good to adjust that, understand that. Even though, can't you be happy with that? Like nobody like I'm not saying like I would be like, oh, you know, like I'm all for it, like I'll be like, oh, this kind of sucks that I don't get to hang out with you as much, but it's okay as long as he's, you know, my boys, you know, if he's happy, I'm happy. Yeah, I think that's what a genuine true friend does. Like they will want them to be happy, and like your priority changes, and I think a lot of people don't get that sometimes. True. Y'all agree, ladies? I'm just kidding. we'll cut that out too. Put that on slow mo. Oh my god. So it sounds like we've listed a lot of pros and cons. I think the pros were allowing your best friend and your girlfriend to get to know each other. That's if they didn't have a relationship before, kind of build that. It's a quick and easy way to do that. Involving, I guess, community. Was that a pro or is that more of a con? Or it could be both, right? Using it as an excuse. Or they actually being intentional about it. Yeah. Were there any other pros and cons to third wheeling? The con was that people sometimes use third wheeling as an excuse to get community involved. But that's not their intention. They're just using it as an excuse. Do you have like additional cons? I feel like Lydia hasn't talked enough. We need Lydia to... No, she had her own segment with Judo. Oh no, the boyfriend. It's making me do a lot of work. Do you have any like pros and cons? Like, do you have any additional pros and cons?
No, I think I said a lot of it. Covered a good amount of. Yeah. It's.
Anyone else?
I think we hit most of the spots.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, did anyone get anything out of this in the end? Like, did you learn anything new? Perhaps something you would like to utilize? I mean, none of us are really dating except Lydia, but or maybe John might want to utilize something. I don't know. But does anyone want to learn anything new from this?
Third wheeling sucks.
We'll cut that out.
Yeah, we'll say this. So we'll say, does everyone yay or nay with third wheeling? So it's like, do you like it or you do not like it? So obviously John doesn't like it. Alice, do you like it or not like it?
Personally, don't like it.
Don't like it? Why don't you like it?
Because it's uncomfortable. I'm only okay with it for like my specific friend, because they're like one couple, because I'm friends with both of them, but everyone else I feel uncomfortable with.
Okay. Angie, like it or not like it?
I think I'll stand by what I said before, depending on the couple. Like, kind of like what Al said. Depending on how, I guess also what stage of the relationship they're in. Like, kind of like we talked before, if they're like first starting out, obviously it's not a good idea to third wheel. When they're like still like defining the relationship and like figuring out who they are as a couple and whatnot. But once they've kind of settled into that and they're more open to bringing new people in to their dynamic, I think it can be a good thing, and it can be fun.
Lydia?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anyone would actually like being a third wheel. So I think agreeing with Angie, I think it really depends per person. Being the third wheel or even inviting to be a third wheel, I guess. So yeah, I guess, yeah.
Josh? Do you like it?
Answer.
Or I'll answer it after you.
Okay. No, but I think for me, I think it depends. Like if you're trying to introduce, like, let's see, like if you have a girlfriend, you want me to like meet her, that I would like the third wheel. But then if it's like
You love the third wheel.
I would third wheel. Not that I would like it. And then, but if it was for some other reason, like a pity invite, then I would want to.
Can't even really tell if it's a pity invite though.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
I
so.
think you can tell.
I think you can tell.
Oh yeah, obviously they're like, do you want to come?
And
Like,
especially if it's like a close friend like
Yeah.
you, I would be able to tell if you're pity inviting me.
no, you wouldn't.
I would.
I always happily invite you to everything. Right?
And I know. I'm just kidding.
I think for myself, I guess I'm like Angie. It like depends. If it's like movie settings or like dinner, I definitely don't want a third wheel.
Yeah.
But if we're playing like games at their house or maybe going bowling or doing a podcast,
Yeah.
I don't mind third wheeling. So I guess it depends on the activity. So, John, do you want to say, do you like third wheeling? Yes or no?
No.
No?
No.
We'll leave it at that. All right, we'll leave it at that. Before we end the podcast, though, we would like to end it with Josh telling some jokes.
Oh, we're doing that?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we are.
Your corner. Josh's pickup lines.
Josh is
Prepare
gonna
ladies to be
practice some pickup lines on Angie.
I will be preparing.
Angie, let us know if you're swayed or not.
Alright, let's go.
Woo her.
Okay.
Woo me, Josh.
You're wooing John and Angie.
I want to be wooed.
All right. Let's start off with the moderate ones. Are you Google? Because you're everything I'm searching for.
Don't look at, don't look at me. Don't look at me. Look at Angie.
Look at me, man.
Look at Angie when you say that.
Angie, look at me.
No.
Look him in the eyes.
No.
Hey, can you help me? I think my phone's broken. And you say, sure, what's wrong with it?
No, I'm not going to say sure what's wrong.
Because your number's not in it.
Oh, God. Oh,
And then the
God.
last classic, hey girl, you draw something. And you say what?
No, I'm not going to say what.
What? Your standards. Hi, I'm Josh. Alright, we'll see you guys next week.
All right, till the next time.